Hey guys, welcome back, and this time to a new emulator. I'm using BGB, and that is because VBA cannot support Echo RAM, so therefore I cannot use 4F on VBA, but I can here in BGB, which is really important because this is actually really helpful. We would call it bootstrapping, if you will, or a script, as I like to call it. I'm going to show you here what you need to have for it. In your active box, you need a Pokemon with 3 moves. Metapod's best for this. At level 25, it can be a few Pokemon, but Metapod's your best bet, honestly. Level 25, remaining HP of 24, and then with these, it doesn't have to be these moves, but this is what's going to have if it's a Metapod, and it's going to be 33 for the first move, PP, 33 for the second one, and then 19 for the third one. Something that I didn't mention in one of my episodes on VBA that I showed a little while ago. I had a 4th move. It was like a Poliwhirl. You don't need a 4th move. Actually, you should not have a 4th move. There should be no move at all, which is why Metapod's good for that, because there's not many Pokemon that can go up to level 25 without learning a 4th move. And it needs to have no PP, clearly. And the next one can be a few options, but the easiest, in my opinion, is just getting a Clefairy. But it can be even like a male Nidoran, Spearow, a few other possibilities, but Clefairy's nice. You need to have a remaining HP of 233. That's the only important part. And then we have, of course, Nidorina, which the level doesn't really matter that much, but the moves it learns does, and level 46 gives you this move loadout, which is probably the safest option. So you need Bite, Fury Swipes, those are kind of placeholders, so you can have different moves, but you definitely need to have Double Kick and Growl. So now that we have all that, I'm going to go deposit the Nidorina into the daycare, because that's what you're supposed to do. This is kind of showing what that one commenter told me about. Whatever part had various comments is what I'm referring to when I first showed 4F on VBA, and the reason why I can't use it on VBA is because it doesn't support Echo RAM, so I have to use it BGB, which I don't really mind that much, because you might notice the colors look a bit different in here, and it actually looks kind of nice. I like it. It's a bit more crisp, if you will. And like the only downside to using BGB is that it doesn't have this turbo function, which really bums me out because I like having that for something like this where I have to walk all the way over here. Just saves time, but not a big deal really. We're almost there already. I'm gonna go in here. Yeah, you can just deposit the Nidorina, you don't have to withdraw, but you can like deposit and then withdraw if you want to get it back for whatever reason, but as long as you deposit it. And then now we can use 4F to basically read script or execute script from the third item down. So repel, and we're using the get any Pokemon at any level. So if I use 4F here, I'll get a Pidgey at level 91 because that level 91 corresponds to the Awakening, and of course the repel corresponds, I should say, to the species index. Let's see what 26 gives us. I don't remember. I get a Scyther. It's pretty cool. And at level 91, that's pretty good. Let's look at these stats. Yeah, not too bad, I suppose. But yeah, that's what's nice about using 4F, is it doesn't take as much to set up the bootleg, if you will, bootstrapping, whatever. Because WSM kind of requires you to catch like 10, or it basically like 13 Pokemon at the end of it. And one of the Pokemon has to have like 233 HP. I think it's kind of difficult to level that Pokemon up. I know the same issue applies here, but like it's just that Pokemon and like a Metapod. Nothing too crazy. And then for Nidorina, it's pretty easy. If you just go in this grass over here, this is Route 9, up there, you just catch a Nidorina in that grass. It's a pretty low encounter rate, like I don't know if it's like 5 or 10%, but it took me a little while to get it. But that's all I have for this on BGB. I have everything else set up on VBA, but while we're here, I just wanted to say, like, leave a comment below what you guys prefer. Would you rather see stuff on VBA or BGB? Because like I like VBA for the speed function. That's probably the only I guess advantage it has, because like I think it honestly looks better in this game. Like this game looks better on this emulator, I should say. But for me, like nostalgia wise, I like using VBA. Like you can see the route here doesn't look as green, as vibrant green as it does on VBA, but if it doesn't bother you that much, then no big deal, I guess. Like I said, just let me know what you prefer and I will consider going to this or just stay on VBA. Okay, we're back on VBA, as you can tell by that vibrant green color of the route. And I have speed, woo! We're going to be encountering female symbol here. As you can see, the music is cut out. There's no music. I have a Charizard here. We're just going to open the Pokemon party and view the stats of Charizard. It can be any Pokemon in any party, but I'm going to use Charizard. I should also say this does not work in BGB. It works in VBA though. But just listen. As you can tell, it's pretty eerie. And it seems to just keep going. Now, I don't want to drag this on for too long. This is about all it does. But it is pretty eerie, all that static sound. And if I press any button from this point, well, usually it crashes, but that time it was an unknown opcode, unfortunately. So now I'm going to cut to the next thing, and I'll see you there. Alright, we're going to go into the Pokemon Fan Club, and you have to do this before this little event happens. You basically just call it the Clefairy event. So Pikachu will run over to see the Clefairy. What you want to do is go into this side over here and make Pikachu appear off the screen. Then you're going to go up, starting from here. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. You're going to do this 11 times. 10. But on the 11th time, you're not going to go all the way down, you're going to go down here. Go over once, make Pikachu reappear, go over and go up and down 10 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go back over, Pikachu appears again, go up, and then just click over up here, and this will happen. Welcome to our Pokemon Center. We heal your Pokemon back to perfect health. Heal? So yeah, that happens, which is really interesting. This effect can be used in a variety of ways, and I think there's a few factors that go into it. This is the effect I get when I do this, probably because of the path I took to get here, if you will. But the glitch that this is mostly called is the off-screen Pikachu glitch. I might show more of this later, but I wanted to show you this is something you can do here, which is really funny. And like, your Pokemon do get healed. Hope to see you again. And like, that's that. And I'm pretty sure it does fully heal your Pokemon. Pikachu looks interesting. Oh, because Pikachu's off screen, that's why. That makes sense. I wonder if I go over here, Pikachu shows back up. Does not. Interesting, there isn't any response. I assume because Pikachu's over there. It's kind of an event that triggers when Pikachu's off screen, or even away from you, if you will. But the amount of steps I take while Pikachu's off screen cause that effect to happen. And as I was saying, I believe there's things you can do before coming in here that can affect what happens when you go over here and click this spot. But after doing that, apparently it creates this little thing right here to where you can do this, and it does this. I have seen where there's times where you can use it to complete the game, and it'll take you straight to the Hall of Fame, which is kind of interesting. Now we're going to move on to the next thing, and I'll see you there. Alright, so I have 2 things to show you here. So we're going to set up the extended item bag again, and one useful tip is whenever you want to have items above the extended item bag, so like for example WSM in this freshwater, what you want to do is account for -2 for setting up the actual bag itself. So when we extend this X special stack up these 2 spots, and then for every item you have also is an additional tossable item. So we have 4 tossable items. Toss the potion, toss the Pokeball, the repel, and the antidote. And then since we have tossed those 4 items, we're going to have like 4 X specials left over, if you will, to fill out those extra spots. We'll do this. As you can see, we have the R items here still, and the extended item bag, which is important for what we're going to do next. I already kind of messed that up, but that's okay, because we actually don't need to be here. We need to go to Cinnabar Island for this next effect. What you want to do is walk on over to this sign over here by the gym. You don't have to read it or anything, just stand in front of it. And there's a reason why we have that freshwater, that 86 freshwater. Let me go back up here. It's easier to set this up wider here. So you want to switch that freshwater, go down to your item bag without pressing out of it. I really dislike that sometimes. It's kind of unfortunate. Just gotta be patient with it. It's the biggest tip I can give you. So when it stops moving, press B. Just keep pressing B. This is a certain spot. Okay, this is good. So, remember from the last part that we did, the color changes and the instant glitch cities type thing, if you will. After this cancel button here, we can essentially say this is slot 30. So here is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. The helix fossil, we're going to switch that. That's the spot that we need to switch the freshwater into. This is also important. We're going to be doing a few more things with the extended item bag, and so these numbers are actually kind of important. So it's a good little tip here to pay attention to that. So now we have freshwater in slot 40 of the item bag, and we're just going to talk to the sign. And we get an Eevee. And that is because it triggers the get an Eevee event, basically, at the top of the Celadon department store, I believe. Or the hotel place, or whatever it's called. I believe it's... Yeah, it's not the department store, is it? I don't remember, it's kind of sad. No, I'm pretty sure it's like the hotel, you go in the back door. Sorry. Sometimes I forget. But anyway, so yeah, we can trigger that event and we basically get endless Eevees, which is why the name of this glitch is called the Eevee Factory Glitch. But what's also interesting is we can modify what's in here and get different effects. So at 85, we get a glitch text box. And one of my favorite things ever are these glitch text box in concerts. I'm not going to make you guys listen to all this because it lasts for a long time. But I like including it for a little bit at least. At least to that part. I love hearing the PC log off. Wow. 6,187 air. Impressive. Hey, text box is gone. Sometimes it doesn't let me leave that early, and I'm trapped. So now we just listen to a weird form of Center Island, I think. Slowed down. And I believe we get different effects the more we toss. Let's find out. As you can hear, it does sound a little bit different. Interesting. That's a great theme. Love it. But as you guys might tell, this is probably one of my favorite things ever. And I love how I can just do this and like have endless sounds to listen to. I don't know why it fascinates me so much. But as I said, this can pretty much go on forever, so I'm not going to keep us here for that long. I'm going to show you the next thing here in a few minutes. Yeah, I believe we are trapped on this one. I wonder what this effect is that happens. Like, this definitely has to be like... Clearly it's a glitch text box, but I do wonder if this has an official name. Because it does appear that we are locked in. We cannot leave. Alrighty, enough of this. I will show you guys the next thing. Okay, for the next glitch, we're going to make our way to the floors that we can encounter Pokemon here in Pokemon Tower. Doesn't matter what floor, just as long as you can encounter a ghost is the most important part. So make our way up here. This is the first room, I guess, or floor that you can encounter a ghost. We're just going to walk around for a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. It's nice if I have speed. One perk of VBA. Wow, this is pretty sad. Like, what is this? Of course, when I want to encounter a Pokemon, I can't find one. Okay, so here we are. We're going to find a ghost. Ghost appeared. Does its same song and dance. Of course, you can't do this if you have a self scope. Something interesting here. We're gonna go back into our item bag. Extended item bag, mind you. And remember what I was saying. So this is technically slot 30, if you will, or item 30. Here's 31, sorry. 32, 33. That's important. So we are going to switch. We'll switch the Master Ball right here into this spot. And then we're going to throw the Master Ball. And that will allow us to catch the ghost. Clearly we didn't catch a ghost. Well, I mean, Ghastly is a ghost, but it's not the ghost Pokemon, if you will. We just caught the Ghastly that was underneath. And there we get thrown into a glitch city. Don't ask me how that happens, but the name of this is called the Map Change Ghost Capture Glitch, because of basically what the name implies. It changes our map, so I guess it allows us to catch the ghost Pokemon after we change the map, which apparently is what, we're all the way up here, but I think that's what slot 33 kind of corresponds to, is what map you're on. If you remember correctly from the part where I showed all the color changes and whatnot, that slot corresponds to Glitch City. Like, you can make Glitch City out of this. So if you see here, we change this around, and we'll change our position. And now we are in Viridian City, so you can tell. And there's a couple reds around. So here's that guy about that. And then just to show, here was like, I would say, oh, this is slot 2, I believe, and this is slot 3, or this is slot 3, and this is slot 4. I can't remember from when I showed that video off, but we can see here we changed the color and it's all goofy looking like last time. I love this so much. Glitching this game is phenomenal. And we're back into another glitch city, and we are kind of trapped. Thankfully I do have a flyer though, to escape. And that is that. But as we can see here, I still have that Ghastly. Nothing special about it, it's just, you know, that's that little trick I showed where you can view the Pokédex in a battle and it just shows what Pokemon's there. Just the ghost is kind of a little event, if you will, that shows up. And it only seems to activate while you're in Lavender Town, sorry, in Pokemon Tower. And when you're in there, I'm assuming there's like a value in the game that's triggered to where you can't catch Pokemon unless you have the Sylph Scope. But if you change the route, you simply bypass that and therefore you can catch the ghosts. I'm assuming that's why that works. I'm not entirely positive, but that is my guess. And now the next thing I'm going to show you, we'll see shortly. And now we get this glitch, which is pretty cool. I guess we'll call it the Map House Store glitch. It's kind of a weird name. It has to do with warping into a certain map. But the most important thing you need to know is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But the 12th Pokemon in your active box needs to have either exactly 201 experience point or in between 51,456, in between that, or 51,711 experience. And so we have a Blastoise that fits that criteria, so we're going to head back to this little spot over here, because yet again, we're going to mess around with the extended item bag. So we have this Master Ball. We have 254 Master Balls. We are going to go through, navigate the item bag here. It's kind of a pain to get through here. So yeah, here's slot 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I'm going to switch that into there, and then leave the Pokemon Center. And we get put into a glitch city, and then right back into here. And then now we start to spin around. While we're in, I believe this is the Bill's house in Fuchsia City. Could be wrong though, it might be a different building. I don't remember for sure, but we can talk to some of these NPCs. Met Bill, my grandson, so yeah, there you go. We're like in Bill's house, which I think is the reason why it's called that, because this is the map that it kind of corresponds to. That's where the kind of name comes from. It's like the map 0 times 99, x99, it's interesting. There's one more effect I want to try and show off. Hopefully you can get it to work, but if we try and leave, we actually can't. Because we get thrown out back into that glitch city and put right back into it. There was a weird effect that I got to work, and hopefully I can do it. It just looks kind of goofy. I don't know if it's going to work here, though. Just do this. Huh. Well, it turned me into like a girl or a woman whenever I left the town map and started to move again, but it doesn't appear to be doing that right now. I don't know how I got that to work. But like, yeah, just move. Oh, there we go. I don't know if there's like a certain frame I need to hit, or if it was from selecting or pressing the A button. But yeah, it just looks kind of goofy. And I can even try and leave again, but it won't let me. I guess I could try and spam the enter button. You can't leave until you move. I forgot about that. Yeah, no. I wonder if I had an escape rope, if I could leave. Another thing is that our Pokédex is gone, which is interesting. We just have our Pokemon. But yeah, no Pokédex. Oh, we can save or do this, but that's about all we can do. Oh yes, another thing. It maxes out our time. That's another thing about this. It's an interesting glitch, and we can't seem to escape. There's like no way to get out. So don't save while you're here, because you'll probably be trapped. I don't think you could use an escape rope if you had one, so you're kind of screwed there too. That's about all for this, but there's one more effect that we can do. I can also modify the amount that toss here. I think it's 50 that I want to do. But if we change the amount of Master Ball that's in there, just like any other thing with the extended item bag, it does change the result that we get. And the reason why we stand on this tile is because the one next to us actually has a Master Ball, and you can't really switch Master Ball. Master Ball doesn't really work too well, and so we get that glitch box X, glitch box, glitch box. Then we get sent here, which is really interesting. We're like trapped, cannot escape from all these pixels. But yeah, very interesting glitch city. And you can get other glitch cities doing this too. I'll show you one more thing here, actually a couple more things. So if we get rid of like where we only have, it's like 8, I think. 8 remaining, oh, 6. Oh, about left. You have to have it in the right spot. If you just leave without doing that, nothing will happen, besides you just leave the Pokemon Center, which isn't too helpful. Go to here. And it just spits out a random door, and I'm assuming that's because that's what it corresponds to. That's what warp corresponds to, or room. I'm not sure if it's the room or the warp. Either way. Now one more thing to finish this up. Going to believe it was 7, if I remember correctly. We can do a couple interesting things here, which is nice. I can actually use this to show off a glitch that I had not shown before. I wouldn't really call it a glitch, but something that you can do in here. So if we do that, we actually warp into here. We can bypass Agatha by going through the door. As you can see here, it's green. It's usually like a dark blue, purple color here. I'd say dark blue. The same color of Indigo Plateau, I believe. So if we go through here without turning back, because if you turn back, those doors will appear, we can fight Lance. Because you have to go through here to fight Lance. You can't bypass him, which is interesting, because after we pass Lance, I'll show you another thing we can do, which is kind of interesting. So we're just going to beat Lance here. I'm actually going to speed this up. Another perk of playing on BBA, which I appreciate. I would show this like, oh, fighting Lance, oh, cool battle, but I outlevel him a lot, so it's not even that interesting, honestly. Although Pikachu kind of sucks, so it's kind of hard. As you can see, I can't even one-shot. That might have been, okay, good. I would just cut this, but, just go through really quick. I guess if you ever want to fight Lance, you can just do this. There's probably a way to modify, I know there's got to be a way you can change WSM to where you can actually fight a random trainer. I might show that at some point. There's got to be a script out there for it. That might hurt a little bit. Let's see. Cool. Alright, so we beat Lance. After you beat Lance, you can actually leave. Once he's done talking. Yeah, talking about blue. Yeah. So if we skip through here, you can actually just go right back to Agatha if you want. There's really no point in showing that though. You just go back to the staircase and go to Agatha's room. Nothing too crazy there. But what's actually pretty interesting is we move on. This doesn't like trigger. The event doesn't trigger. We can actually walk right past Blue. We can even talk to Blue. And he does this little spiel here. So if we go through this, he'll do this little thing. You know what that means? I'll tell you. I'm the most powerful trainer in the world. But then nothing happens. And we can just walk right by him and finish the game. So I guess this is a way you can kind of like bypass everything if you wanted. Just like completely skip the game once you have this script set up, but there's better ways to do it, honestly. So one more thing, because there's just so much you can do with this little script. If I just get rid of like 3. It just kind of crashes. So you gotta be careful with certain ones you use. It seems to be anything underneath the 254 up until about, you drop like 7, so whatever the math is, like 247 I believe. That'll spawn you to Agatha's room, so you can use that. So now I'll move on to the next thing. Okay, now for our final glitch, which has a really interesting name of Yami Shop, or Strange Mart. I like to call it a Strange Mart. You need this item here, which is actually a super glitch item, or a TM trainer glitch item, kind of, if you will. It's also an unterminated name glitch item. Essentially this one here, you can call it $4Z, or if you make it simpler for you, it's Hex 81. That helps you. If you have this item, you can use it from that duplication script, not duplication script, sorry. Basically get any item script, so that really helps. Don't have to go through that, sell it on the map or whatever. So we're going to move on to a Mart, because that is an important thing we're going to need for the Yami shop, as the name might imply. or Strange Mart even. So what you want to do is go up here to the vendor, but before you do anything else, view your name, trainer card. You can even, I think, view like the Pokemon Party or the Pokedex or even the save menu. But I'm going to do the trainer card because that's what I did off screen. That was the wrong thing. And then you talk to the merchant. You're going to try and sell the glitch item. Oh wow, it actually let me. It's interesting. Usually it doesn't, it just says you can't sell it. But don't sell it, you don't have to. So now, after we activate that, we heard the TM trainer effect. But what's really interesting, if we go to the buy option, we have like the SS ticket and a whole bunch of other glitch items, which is just the coolest thing ever. Like we can buy glitch items. That'll be, and it's like, what's cool is at least what I saw. Oh, never mind, it did take some of my money out. Sometimes it doesn't take any money out. Oh, so now the SS ticket, whoa, that's expensive. I can't buy that. It was worth 0. But this is just the coolest thing ever, because we can just buy glitch items. Like this glitch item right here, I can buy that for free, apparently. Although I don't want to, there's more interesting stuff down here. Oh crap. Might have seen there for a brief second the TM07, which was relatively normal, even like price-wise. I keep doing that. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we cannot buy that. It's super expensive. Couldn't tell you why it's called Yami Shop, but that's the name that I've seen. I like calling it the Strange Mart because this is quite strange. But like, we get the random TMs in here. We got this item. We got an X special at the normal price. But we can even buy Master Balls. And a Great Ball. I didn't want that. Cascade badge. Things seem to be like changing between our eyes, before our eyes, but we can just buy Master Balls. 6 of them for no money. Like that's just awesome. Just get random items in here. We can buy another bicycle. Why not? Like, is this not awesome or what? We can get another WSM for an outrageous price. For a very low price of $900. Not 900,000. Excuse me. Like, is this crazy or what? We can just buy the badges? Who cares? Don't need to fight the gym leaders. Just buy the badges here. And I'm also tempted, I might show it my other file to where I haven't beat all the gym leaders yet. To where I might buy the badges or even just obtain them using that one script and seeing if I can actually bypass the guards on the route before Victory Road and see if I have to actually battle the trainers or like if it just checks to see if you have the badge. You can buy the gold teeth. Like, I don't know why, but this is the coolest thing ever. We can just buy all these items and like it's legitimate too. I go in here and I have everything I bought. And I don't remember, like I don't think these badges do anything, but like the Cascade badge, it throws like bait, I believe, or something like that. And now I have gold teeth. Normally, if you don't have the script to change items like this one right here, you'll be kind of stuck with some of these because you can't get rid of the bicycle once you get no cycling around here, which is so cool. It's like, yeah, just to show you that it does work. And I'm actually curious to see. We haven't experimented with this glitch item before, this one here. So what happens if I heard that if you don't check your trainer card, your game will crash. So let's just try and use it, see what happens. And it crashes. Well, that's pretty much all I have for you. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.